So learn how to make this crisscross neckline as you can see on this video. So the first thing I'll go ahead to do is to fold my fabric into 4, cutting both the front and back together. So the width of this neckline depends on the width of the Asoeke you are using. I'm using a width of 6 inches. So for the neckline, I'll be using 5.5 inches. The remaining half of an inch is for joining allowance. And the next thing I will do is to come down by the length of the neckline. I'll mark 16 inches at the length. At this point where I mark the 16 inches at the length, I will fold my Asoeke into 2, and whatever I have, I will minus half of an inch. So I got 3 inches, and minusing half inch will give me 2.5 inches. So I'll just go ahead and mark. So when I'm done, I'll just go ahead and connect from the width to meet the length of the neckline like this. Now whatever thing you do to the front, you do the same thing to the back neckline. So I'll just go ahead and trim it off like this, and this is what we have. So when I'm done doing this, the next thing I would do is to join both the shoulders together. That is the front shoulder and the back shoulders together. Now I am done joining the shoulders together, and the next thing for me to do is to come down by half of an inch on this area, and I'll just go ahead and mark and give it a slant shape on both sides. Now the next thing for us to do is to sew in our Asoeke. I'll just go ahead and notch the midpoint of the Asoeke like this, and I'll place it on the shoulder line, and I will sew from one end like this to meet the other end on where this chalk lines end like this. Whatever thing I do to one end, I'll do to the other side. So guys, I am done, and the next thing for me to do is to notch. I'll just go ahead and notch slantly like this, and I'll flip my Asoeke to the inside of the dress. I'll go ahead and flip it inside like this, as you can see me doing right here. And the next thing I will do is to hold it on with a pin. Then I'll flip my dress like this to the wrong face, and this is what we have. So I'll just take it over to my sewing machine and I will sew. Now after sewing, this is what it will look like. So guys, I am done sewing, and you can see what we have right here. The next thing for you to do is to determine how open you want the neckline to be. Then you hold it on with a pin. The next thing for you to do is to sew from that point straight down like this. Whatever thing you do to the front, you also do the same thing to the back, and give it a good press, and bye.